Hey guys, Kyro here. Today I'm going to talk to you about the 1.14.2 mechanics for the villager POI job block systems. It has changed again in 1.14.2 from 1.14.1, so thank you Mojang for that, but let's get right on to it. So villagers can still pathfind through trapdoors, which is okay. It's okay. We can do some cool stuff with that. As you can see here, this guy can technically go in a 2-high block. But he's, he doesn't see this trapdoor as an obstruction, so he's trying to get on top of the block right now is what's happening. But that means that he can eventually, grab the block and be good. Now, it takes him a while. It's not as reliable. Sometimes he can drop a profession right away, and sometimes he can't, like this. Pretty annoying. But if you have a solid block on top of it to prevent, like, baby zombies or something from getting in, that won't work. What you have to do is have the block out like this, and then eventually this guy will pathfind here and grab that job. So, what's changed? As you can see, this guy is right next to this job block, but he'll never grab it. He doesn't have a profession, he'll never grab this job block because he can't pathfind to one of the 8 squares around it or on top of the job block. Even though he can pathfind to this square right here, it doesn't matter because until he's on the square and pathfinds back, he won't be able to grab this profession. As you can see here, whenever he goes back and forth of his own free will, he can grab the profession and he can drop it, although, again, it's not super fast and reliable. We'll get into some better designs soon. Let's talk about transporting your villagers for a second, okay? So you've got villagers in your breeder, right? They're just sitting over here. As long as they can't pathfind out of this, it doesn't matter if the water's keeping them. If they can pathfind out of it to another job block, they will grab that profession, so be wary of that. But as long as they're trapped in there, that's good. And then again, as long as on your rail system, they can't pathfind to another job block, they will stay jobless. Now, the problem is whenever there is even a single path, they will eventually grab that profession. Now, in 1.14.2, we do have a nice update here where if they cannot get to their job block and they haven't been traded with for about, it's somewhere between 5 and 10 real-life minutes, and the time is between 2,000 and 13,000, they will actually lose their job without having to break the block. So, if you guys are transporting a bunch of villagers and they all got different jobs, just don't trade with them. Leave them sitting for a while, away from all job blocks. Make sure they're blocked in where they can't path to any, kind of like this. Or in a 1x1 even, and eventually they'll lose their profession. Now, speaking of pathing, I was looking at ways to keep them from going to the block right next to it, but being able to pathfind to it. They cannot pathfind to string and carpet. Again, it doesn't matter if they're 2 blocks away or 100 blocks away, as long as they can't pathfind to it. The 8 blocks around it or on top of it, this guy will never get this job. Now, you can have a setup like this where we can force them back to the back square with water using dispensers like so. There's a couple problems with this. One, using redstone around your villagers in general is a bad idea. You want to try to... Even the most technical Minecrafters, whenever they have their villager trading halls, they do everything manually, because if you just accidentally mess it up and this guy's mending for 10 emeralds villager, and this gets triggered and you don't know about it, well, suddenly you've got a problem where your villager's going to drown. And then you're going to be really sad when you go to get another mending book. But anyways, so you can see here, we get this weird glitch again where they flash on and off. But it's not reliable in that this guy's going to get the job. In fact, you see both of them got it before this guy did. How you can fix this is putting slabs here or here. I would recommend here. But if you're going to use a water pusher, then you need to have them down here. And then it doesn't matter if it's like this or if it's like this. As you can see now, they can't pathfind through these slabs, so place this here, go ahead and force him to go back to that other block. He'll pathfind forward, and he will grab this profession. Easy. It's, again, kind of annoying, not very friendly, and you don't want to use redstone. So what I would recommend is something like this. There has been a glitch while they're talking if they're trying to grab a profession. Sometimes they will start doing this. It's not all the time, and at first I thought it was to do with a certain type of block, and after hours of testing, it seems like it's only whenever they start an interaction with another villager. Yeah, see, he went to start it right as he grabbed that job. They can only do one thing at a time, so it just messes up with their AI, and they get that weird bug going on. But once you lock in their trade, that won't happen anymore. But this is a setup I would recommend for 1.14.2. Have them on a block with a trapdoor right next to their job block. It's pretty fast. It's pretty reliable, between 2,000 and 1,300 or 2,000 and 13,000 hours, with a slab on top to keep them from pathfinding out. Hey guys, making a quick edit. Make sure that after you've selected which trade you want with them and traded at least one item with them to lock in their trade, you break this block. That way they can actually get to their workstation. If they can't get to their workstation during work hours, they won't ever refresh their trades. So, yep, that's why this video is re-uploaded. Now let's go ahead and take a look at this guy back here. As you can see, it's been 5-10 minutes, I don't know. He lost his job. Poor guy. But that's a good news for us, because that means we can give them new jobs without having to go find and break this other block. Now, one word of warning, not regarding the villager update in 1.14.2. I didn't test it in 1.14.1, but I know in 1.14 it was also a problem. If you hit F3 and G, you can see chunk borders, and if you're in one of the higher sub-chunks and you place the first block, you get, again, this stupid lag spike here. So, be careful if you're building with slabs or stairs up high. You may die, so be careful of that. But that's all I wanted to share in this video. If you found it helpful, hit that like button, share it with people who might find it useful, and subscribe for more vanilla Minecraft content. This has been Kyro, and I'm out. Bye!